calendar prior to the commencement of this meeting in the following manner. Number one, by posting such notice in the public announcement board of Lakewood Board of Education offices in the Lakewood Township Municipal Building. Number two, by mailing such notice to the office of the clerk press. Three, by mailing such notice to the board secretary or filing such notice to the board secretary. Number four, by mailing such notice to all individuals who requested and paid for a copy of same. Roll call. Mr. Jankovich.
Here.
Mr. Jacobowitz.
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Here.
Mr. Schwartz.
Here.
Mr. Timm. Here. Mr. Weinberg.
Here.
Mrs. Lackett.
Here.
Mr. Friedman.
Here.
Mr. Collins.
Here.
Mr. Warren.
Presentations? There are none. Approval of the minutes?
Motion.
Second. I'm sorry, which minutes are we talking about? We have a couple there.
Well, you want to do them all together? Can. Okay, Mr. Campbell.
Well,
Why is that July 15th?
July 18th.
We have 14, 18, 15. 14, 15.
June 18th.
June 18th.
Your motion?
Motion for June 18th?
Motion.
Is that second? Shall we motion first?
Well, yeah, he wasn't good.
Ms. Gonzalez, second. Richard Jacobowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Jankovich.
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz.
Mr. Rodriguez was not there.
We're on June 18th.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez was not there, just the word.
What's the difference in minutes?
It makes a big difference. He wasn't here. I know.
It's voted on something. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Timm. Yes. Mr. Weinberger.
Stay.
Mrs. Lackett.
You weren't here? Here. Yes.
Mr. Friedman.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Okay, I need a motion on the minutes of June 30th. 2000.
Motion.
Second.
I have a couple of abstentions out there. Mr. Jacobowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Jankovich, you have to abstain. Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz, you have to abstain. Mr. Tiff, you have to abstain. Mr. Weinberger.
Yes.
Mrs. Lackett.
Yes.
Mr. Friedman.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Okay, I need a motion on July 14, 2015 minutes.
Motion for July.
Second.
Mr. Jacobowitz.
No, you're not there.
Stay.
Mr. Jankovich.
Stay.
This is July 14.
Yeah, we were, a few of us were not here.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Okay, 14th was the Donaldson hearing. The beginning of the meeting to open the meeting was Mr. Sackler, he left when they went into closed session. Mr. Jacobowitz came in and remained here through the entire meeting.
Mr. Gentle is also here. Just one note on that minutes. I don't think we adjourned twice the executive session. I think we attempted to, but
No, you did.
You did, you just had to leave and you left. There was a few individuals that
We did.
but they did, you just stayed.
okay. So I was here.
You were in the executive session when you came out to vote, so that's why I had you as present.
Joanne, I have a question. June 30th meeting, I wasn't here that day? June 30th? Fantastic.
No, if I have to mark that.
Good.
I can go over the record.
If you don't mind, because it's very curious. We're gonna do it right now, son.
For the here, Mr. Schwartz, are you, how are you voting? The July 14th?
Yes.
Mr. Tipp? I'm sorry, yes. Mr. Gonzalez, I have abstained, Mr. Weinberger, Mr. Zlakin, I have abstained, and Mr. Friedman abstained, and Ms. Gonzalez.
Here. Yes.
Well, we weren't sure about Mr. There's a little discrepancy on who was here on the 14th. This is like, were you here on the 14th?
14th of May,
No, that would be July.
July by Johnson here. I was here, no, I was not here this one, no.
I was here.
Whoever's in question, just stay there.
Can I make a suggestion, whoever's in question, just say no, let's move on.
Well, there's a question on voting there. We have four yeses. Maybe we can get an abstain, Mr. Jacobowitz and Mr. Jankowitz. One of them could vote yes.
I am, yes, I was here. I was here at the voting.
Okay, can I have a motion on the 15th?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, on this one, I have Mr. Jacobowitz to abstain, Mr. Jankowitz to abstain, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz.
Yes.
Mr. Tipp.
Yes.
Mr. Friedman.
Yes.
And Mrs. Gonzalez.
Yes.
I abstain, right, Kevin?
Yes, you abstained, and Mr. Weinberger abstained. Sorry about that. I have some corrections to the agenda. Corrections to the agenda. The business agenda, page 26. The table is updated. It's letter L. The addendum, correction. Letter L, the table is updated, statements.
How many additions? How many additions?
It's actually on page 5, the original one.
It's a single issue, actually. It's issue.
Yeah, it's a single sheet correction to the agenda, Wednesday, August 26th. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
5, letter L. You're substituting the chart in there?
The whole chart?
Yeah, whole chart. That's the business agenda. On a superintendent's agenda, it's page 16. There's a change in the location on page 26. That's page 16, number 2, change from CAS to BGC, LG Park, / Lakewood High School, 1 period. On page 17, transfer number 8, child study team members, change, it's just the location, and it goes on to page 18. It's just changing location of 2 individuals. And on page 19, the appointment of number 7, just the location. It's just a location change of that individual. Okay. Can I have a motion to accept the corrections to the agenda?
Motion?
Second.
Second.
Who will second?
Ada.
Mr. Jacobowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Jankovich,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Schwartz,
Yes.
Mr. Tip,
Yes.
Mr. Weinberg,
Yes.
Mr. Zlatko,
Yes.
Mr. Friedman,
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Okay, we have some additions to the body of the agenda. There's a separate sheet with the additions of the agenda. Can I have a motion to accept the additions to the agenda?
Motion.
Second.
We're done the additions now. There's a separate sheet of additions.
So what you're saying right now is that we accept the additions, then when we vote on the agenda, we're voting on the additions at the same time.
That's correct.
Okay, so I want the board to realize that because we had some confusion last time about it. Okay? So I just want the board members to know that we're accepting the additions as part of the body of the agenda. So when we're going to vote on the agenda, we're voting on the additions as part of it. Thank you. All right, motion.
Mr. Tip.
You have a second?
I had a second, right?
Ada, you seconded?
Yes.
Mr. Jacobowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Jankovich,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz. Yes. Mr. Tip.
Yes.
Mr. Weinberger.
Yes.
Mrs. Lacken.
Yes.
Mr. Friedman.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Okay, now on to the business agenda as a
As
whole.
Ada, do you want to open up the public before we vote?
Yeah.
Whatever the gentlemen say, they say when we open it, it's open.
We'll go to the vote.
First name on the list?
we're gonna have several people, if the board approves, that want to speak, but didn't have a chance to sign in, so I'm really gonna stay to the point. So, just be mindful. Raise my hand when you're done. And thank you, Zach.
So about day 30, good evening, President, board professionals.
Good evening.
Look around, give yourselves a hand, say hi to each other. It's the first time you've all been here. It's time to get to know each other. Try to keep this up. This is good. You know that you solved the busing issue. Congratulations to all that participated in that and made that happen. It's perseverance, it's dedication, it's going the extra mile just to make sure that the children of the district are served. So again, this is very good. It's a new year. Are we ready for the school to be filled with students again? And are the buildings ready? I see that there's items on the agenda, giving contracts and things like that, but are we going to get into this season, especially when it comes to wintertime, when buildings are sounded up and children don't need to use raincoats or other kinds of coats just to stay warm? The building's ready for the student body. That's just a question. You could, and I'm finished if someone would like to answer. Whosoever would like to answer that, and you're probably the most qualified.
I apologize, I thought you were going to keep going. So, well, we have all new roofs on, so hopefully they don't need raincoats or we're in trouble because all the schools do have roofs. And they are preparing, the buildings will be ready for opening, yes.
Good. Everything I see then is positive. Again, say hello to each other and please, do this more often. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. Rush.
Good evening. Good evening. Mike Rush, 1502 Lakewood. I first would like to echo Mr. Harvey's sentiments and the board coming together. And I'd also like to thank the president for calling that meeting. I'm not sure if it had a lot to do with it, but it did make a difference in what we need to talk about. But things happen for our kids. So whatever came of that meeting and whatever happened before, courtesy budget is alive. So thank you for that.
To the board president.
Yeah, I said board president. Did I?
I just want to echo it.
Oh, okay. All right. A couple of the things, then a couple of things that I'm concerned about. First of all, I see the sign out in the middle school. PTO did a fantastic job. That is a beautiful sign. If you have not seen it, ride by the middle school and look at the sign out there. Nice job. Also, I live over in the area where the Pioneer School is now, and I enjoy riding past it because I can see if I need to stop in there, I know I see Lakewood kids in there. So that's another plus for the district that we're doing. Okay. Couple of issues I'm concerned about. I got several calls today from several parents. I don't need to call names, but they were concerned that something happened with transportation regarding the orientation. When young people have to leave one school to another, they're excited about going to that school. But when they stand outside, for whatever reason, if the bus did not come, or they did not receive the notice, and they were late getting their orientation in both the high school and the middle school, that is something that should have been taken care of in June, because this is August, that should not have occurred. Several people did call, and I said I'd come and speak on it. But it is an issue that the superintendent's aware of. I made the superintendent aware of it, so I'm not saying anything that happened, I've spoken to her about, but I think you guys need to know too, that the opening of school is very important to a lot of kids. When you change from 6th to 7th grade, and from 8th grade to 9th grade, and when you find the buses are there, that doesn't make for a good start of the school year. On the agenda, and I don't speak on the agenda, teacher turnover, I'm really concerned about teacher turnover. I've noticed in the last 2 or 3 years, we have turnover teachers every 2 or 3 years. You cannot properly educate kids if you're losing 15 and 20 teachers, or bringing in 15 and 20 new teachers almost every year. At the middle school this morning, there were 18 new teachers, brand new teachers sitting and getting oriented. So that is something that the board really needs to look at, as what can we do, and I say we because I live here too, what can we do to attract or to keep people here? I know one thing has to do with our salary here, our salary is below most salaries in the state. So we need to take a look at how we can do that to attract teachers and keep them in our district. I'm still concerned about how all of our schools under state, not under state takeover, but in a deficit in terms of where we are academically. And that also speaks to the turnover of teachers. Again, if there's no stability in the classroom from one year to the next, then our kids suffer. And our kids are really suffering. And so I wish we could take a look at that. I noticed that you agreed or you approved the administrator's contract. Is there a copy of that? Is that public notice yet? I'd like to see a copy of that. So if that's around, if it's approved, I should be able to get a copy. Is that correct, somebody? So could I have a copy of the administrative approval that you got that's on the agenda tonight?
Oh, the administrator's contract?
Yes.
We don't have the new contract, we did just approve. We have the old contract.
Now what I'm saying, it says approved.
Yes,
It says-
the memorandum, we have that.
But once the memorandum is approved, isn't that public knowledge?
Yes, yes,
So that's what I'm asking for.
yes, I can get you a copy of that.
Okay, I'm not in a hurry, I'm not going to raise stand about it, I'm just curious as to, because we are losing administrators as well. You know, we're losing administrators, and I don't evaluate administrators, so I don't know how good they are. But I'm concerned about the number of administrators and teachers that we're losing constantly. Okay, I think that's it. The last thing is, I understand, I don't know if it was middle school or the Board of Education, but you have a meeting tonight, but you also have an orientation at the middle school tonight.
I will overlook the time, and the time has expired.
Okay, no problem. But again, the middle school orientation tonight and the board meeting tonight, somebody needs to correct that, so one should not take place on them. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you. No, that's my fault.
Okay.
Well, tonight, actually, at the middle school is a media administrator, so he's a new administrator, he had a media administrator night tonight over at the middle school. So I do apologize, he didn't do this.
No problem.
Pass Wilson.
Good evening. I also would like to thank personally our board president, Ada Gonzalez, for insisting that we should have had that meeting that we had that day. Many of us had walked away, and we were saying, what's the use to have a meeting? But you insisted that we should have that one more meeting. And I want to thank you. And I want to thank everybody. Yes, and everybody that was in that room that day. For the first time, I saw a spirit of unity. The entire community was represented in that room. And we brought our brains together and made one brain. That doesn't speak much of the size of our brains. But we brought our brains together, we brought our heads together. And when we walked away from the room that night, there was a glimmer of hope that perhaps this could happen. And 2 days later, we got the great news that happened. So I want to thank everyone in that room on behalf of our community. And my message tonight is, we know that we bit the bullet, that we dodged the bullet for this year, but we still face the threats for next year. So I'm suggesting that we continue, and as we promised that day, that we would continue to meet, to develop the strategy that's going to set us free from this looming threat every year. So I'm suggesting that once school starts and everything is up and running, that we get back to that room again and start working again so that we can avoid these glitches every year. Thank you, Ms. Superintendent, Mr. Azaro. Thank all of you for working so hard to make sure that all of our children will get the proper transportation this school year. I'm very thankful to all of you. But let's get back to work. Once again, I am 100% committed to the great education of all of our children. And all you have to do is call on me. And let's make this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would like to say that I want to thank all the people in this room that attended that meeting. I knew there was dedication when we started at 7 o'clock, and at 7:15, the lights went out. So we didn't leave till 9:05. Everybody took out their iPhones, and that was the flashlight. And we were determined not to leave that room until we had some answers. I want to thank the non-public, the leaders of the non-public schools, who also worked through the Sabbath to make this happen. And I mean, I'm really shocked. I know you broke your rules, but I praise you for that because it's for the children. So I want to thank you from my heart. And in 2 weeks, I'll be setting up another meeting so that we don't have to go through this every year. I'm working on putting the pieces together, the people that count, so we can go to Trenton monthly, and so that this doesn't happen again. So it's taken care of. So I want to thank you, the people that were there. Thank you.
Next, I can't really read your name. Yolanda Folker.
George. I'm sorry, George.
I'm mispronouncing your name. It looks like it's spelled F-C-O-K-E. Is that you, sir?
No one else come up, I assume it's me.
Okay, what's your
Yeah,
name?
last
Just so
name.
you know.
F-A-R-K-A-S.
That is you. Thank you.
Okay, first name, L-Y-K-G-D-A.
That's you. Thank you. That's so much.
Speak into the mic, please.
Yeah, it was. Okay, good evening, board members and board of administration, and Tom. Our Company for Education recently submitted an RFP for home instruction, which is for the kids who are homebound. Non-public school started today. I was expecting to see on the agenda, what's the outcome?
One second. Stop for a second.
You stopped the time, right?
No, I didn't actually.
I'm going to be brief. Just to repeat.
Just want to wait.
Wait, okay.
You don't have mic.
I can't even hear right now.
Ready? Stop. Okay. I just wanted to know what happened to the results of the home instruction RFP. We know some students who are homebound, and schools starting this, actually non-public school, many of them started today, and they would like teachers to get started. Does anyone know anything about that? We have the chapter 192 home instruction. This was something which was already sent in a bunch of weeks
Awarded
ago.
on August 5th.
I'm sorry?
That was awarded on August 5th.
It was awarded, was there a meeting that day?
Yes, that was approved on August
Okay, so-
There was no meeting, there was no meeting.
Sorry?
The meeting was not, the
State
meeting was
monitor.
canceled in the state monitor.
Oh, so how would that's what, I don't see it on the site. I went,
It's on the website.
actually, I went there twice. Are you sure? Okay. Okay, that's all I need, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Chaim Cohen. I'm a Rebbe in Karafina / Catapult learning. I started as a Rebbe 5 years ago. I've been working with Catapult teacher Mrs. Rifkin and the entire Catapult team. When I say team, I mean in the literal sense. Each and every person that works in Catapult, whether it's a supervisor, a teacher, or an assistant, puts in countless and countless hours to help each and every child. As you know, it's special ed. In my day, I get many compliments throughout the day, throughout the year. And I always say, the compliment is not to me, but to the teacher and the Catapult staff. Because if the day doesn't end well, I guarantee you won't start the next day well. And each teacher, I've sat in many, many meetings. The dedication, the smile, and the care from each teacher imbues right into the child. I see each child in the morning. I'll tell you a quick story. The teacher puts out an animal fair towards the end of the year. And one boy was so embarrassed and so ashamed to get up in public and speak in public. And I asked him, are you embarrassed? Are you afraid? He said, no, why should I be afraid? I said, okay. He said, Mrs. Rifkin taught it to me so well, I'm not nervous. I had so many boys throughout the years, graduating elementary school into high school, and every single one of them looks back and says, in 5th grade, you and Mr. Rifkin, that changed my life. And I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart that each and every one of these children needs your vote, needs your dedication to the cause, to make a difference in a child's life. I appreciate your time and have a good evening.
Miriam Bloomquist.
I could attest, oh sure, Miriam Bloomkrantz, 1452 Fairport, Lakewood, New Jersey. I could attest, I am living proof of what Rabbi Cohen just spoke about, Mr. Cohen. My son, Abraham, has been in the self-contained Catapult program since he's in 1st grade. He is now going to 7th. He has various learning disabilities and speech and language delays, fine and gross motor delays, and will not be able to function in a mainstream setting. Basically, I can tell you that without the Catapult program, the consistency of the program, and the team working as a whole, he would not be where he is right now. I also teach. I'm a teacher of special needs children. I actually teach in SHI, in school for children with intelligence, and I can appreciate how much work goes into all of these children with special needs. The enormous amount of planning, preparation, curriculum development that every single child needs in order to make progress is enormous. As I continue in my professional development, I see that years of experience have also enhanced my ability to teach and to be a parent to my son with special needs. The Catapult program is an established program.
has been providing services for hundreds of children over the last couple of years. And I can't thank the team over the last couple of years for what they've done for my son. I thank you for your time. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Good evening, board members, attorneys, and everyone present. I, Leah Schlesinger, am standing here tonight to represent the 139 children of my program of Carl. I feel fully responsible to ensure that my students receive the best education possible. For the past 13 years, Makar Chinuch has worked in conjunction with Catapult to create a model program. We have worked together summers long as a team of supervisors, teachers, and assistants to create a program that can reach each individual child's needs. I have not taken off one day this summer, not because I don't need a vacation or not because I don't like to vacation. We have been planning and working every single day long. New books, different research projects, equipment have been purchased and created to develop and maximize each child's potential. Every supervisor in our program knows each child and what makes them tick. They mold their teachers into unbelievable people that can truly bring out the best and most in each and every child. Catapult has one individual that I call Queen Bee. I am proud to say that Connie Dershowitz has trained me, worked with me, and developed my abilities to help so many children. She does the same for every supervisor that comes her way. I have worked over the last 25 years in many programs in Brooklyn, in Lakewood, and now in Muncie. I have not found anywhere the expertise, professionalism, and devotion of these teachers and supervisors. They are selfless. They give to the children their all. They spend hours doing PTA with parents, talking to parents and their supervisors to make sure that all the needs are met. Parents, schools, and principals have come to expect a level of professionalism and education from a Chinuch that is truly evident in each and every one of our students. It is only with the true and tried expertise of such a staff that this can happen. We work with our morning staff and the Catapult afternoon staff on constant phone conferences and meetings to design each child's needs. We spend hours consulting about every issue that involves each day. We are standing at the threshold of the new school year. We have worked and toiled all summer long to create a program for our child's needs. To say that this would be a seamless transition makes it obvious to us that it is difficult for you to understand what it takes to run a program of this magnitude. It is now Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Our classes are slated to begin on Monday, 1 o'clock. How can we accomplish in the next few days what took us months to coordinate? How can we plan with our staff and students, IEPs, with the teachers and supervisors in the next couple of days? Okay, so board members, attorneys, and everyone present, please take my children into account when you make your final decisions for this coming year. Thank you so much.
Joe, can you provide us Joe, can you provide us with the background about the services that were addressed there?
If you're talking about the IDEA services.
I'm assuming that's what they're talking about the SRC.
Right, so, okay, call it IDA services.
Just 1 minute.
Speak into the mic.
I can't get any closer.
I don't want to get feedback.
If you're talking about the IDA services, okay, so you're talking SRC.
Yeah, give us some background of what's being addressed.
Okay, I
And
don't
what
want
they asking the board.
what I assume the public's asking the board is to appoint Catapult to the list of approved vendors for those services. The RFPs were sent out and the results came in. Catapult did not get the recommendation for the contract. At this point, Catapult is not an approved vendor.
I'm sorry, Capital does not know what?
Catapult is not an approved vendor at this point for those services, okay?
Let him respond.
So, like I said, there's nothing else that we're waiting on. There's no other RFPs to come in. The administration determined that Catapult did not meet the standards for the RFP. That's where we're at right now.
Joe, through Chair, let me just add one thing, which maybe some board members don't know, the public may not know. It's not on tonight's agenda. This was already approved on the previous agenda in August, where there was a scheduled meeting that was subsequently canceled for lack of quorum, but it was approved on that agenda.
That's right, Joel. That's why I said, as of now, there's the two approved vendors, but not Catapult.
Okay, so just make it clear, it's not on tonight's agenda, and there's no action being taken tonight on that matter.
So what is on the agenda, sir?
Are we allowed to, is the board allowed to vote to approve it?
Yes, and I'll say yes, the board could make a motion to appoint Catapult, okay? And I don't want to get into it too much in public because of some issues that could arise, but there were deficiencies that the administration found in their proposal. So if they're awarded, that could lead to other things that may infringe on the services, which I'd rather talk about in executive session because of the possibility of litigation or whatever it is.
Can we go into executive session now?
No, can we finish this, please?
Yeah, finish the public.
Okay.
Ms. Morales, so thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alejandra Morales. 949 Lakewood, East Captain Line Road. Tonight I came to say thank you, Mrs. Ada Gonzalez. Thank you, Mrs. Laura Wheeler. And thank you for everyone, for the time and for your interest to take care of this situation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night.
Madam President, this includes the official list of the public portion. However, there are a number of other people that have expressed interest in speaking tonight. So I would suggest to the board president to maybe take a poll or vote in the board whether we continue that.
Do we have a list of how many
No, if they wanted to sign in.
I guess one of you has a show of hands. Is there anybody else that wanted to speak tonight? We have two more people. Two more people. So four people want to speak tonight. There's a general consensus of the board, yes?
As long as the time doesn't get.
No, the time will be the same.
We'll stay the same.
Okay, my answer is yes, they can speak.
Make a motion.
No, you don't.
All right, who's first? Come to the mic. Line up.
Keep in mind that the time frame will still be the same. Should get 3 minutes.
Good evening, Madam President and board members. My name is Mayor Cohen from 1168 Evergreen Avenue. You heard before from previous speakers, Rebecca Cohen, Mrs. Schlesinger, and some other people in the audience, from the people that are incredible, that are doing an incredible job together with their team for children such as my own. I have 2 children that attend Makarachan for a self-contained class. And just to give you an example of the dedication that every single person on the faculty and part of the administration and the teachers and supervisors put in. Rabbi Cohen, who just spoke here before, was my son's 5th grade teacher. My son is just going into 7th grade. Up until this week, he still studies with him at night. because he cares so much about him. The program is one of Lakewood's best kept secrets. It's an incredible program. We've tried so many different things to help our kids with some learning disabilities they have. And since they've been here, they've been thriving tremendously. I understand that Catapult was not, the idea is to change vendors from Catapult to a different vendor. As Mr. Schlesinger mentioned, the amount of work and preparation that these teachers and supervisors put into these classes, these self-contained classes, is tremendous. It's not a regular curriculum. They have each kid in the class is individual, and they're passed on, their whole story is passed on from year to year, from teacher to teacher each year, to make sure that each child is getting a customized individual education, and that's why it's so successful. My concern is that this week, school's starting, and if there's a switch up in this, I'm concerned that the kids will really be affected negatively by not having the stability of the same team, the same dedicated team that that have been preparing for them for the whole summer and thrown into a new mix with new teachers, new supervisors. I think that could be catastrophic to all the tremendous work that this team has been putting into these kids and investing for years into these kids. And I don't know what can be done, but I beg you as a board to please figure out some type of solution to at least not let this happen within a few days of the beginning of school. If something could be worked on later in a few months, that would make a little more sense. But right now, to do it a few days before school starts can be catastrophic. Thank you.
Noreen Gill, 192 Coventry Drive. I could understand their position about having the teachers come and go and losing teachers. But in Lakewood, in the last 2 years, our students face the same thing. We must have lost 35 teachers in 2 years. The stability should be there. I want to thank Ms. Gonzalez and all the rabbis and the people that work things out, and it just goes to prove that we all want the same thing for our children. And it's so much easier to work together. It really is, because you know who benefits? The children. And when I picked up the paper and I saw the headlines, I'm telling you, I was elated, because I heard the pleas of the parents, public and non-public. And I thank you for getting together and being of sound minds and not unreasonable. And everything in this world should be considered fair and reasonable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This will be the last person.
Griffin, 96 Coldway.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Griffin, R-A-B-K-I.
Speak into the mic, please.
96 Coldway, Lakewood, New Jersey. Good evening, board members, attorneys, and everyone present. I stand before you tonight as a defender of our students' basic rights. The right to learn, achieve, and feel successful. That no child be left behind. Many students who come to our program are students that were written off as failures, no abilities, and they thereby lack self-esteem. Many of these students, they come to my 5th grade class, they don't know how to tell time. Many don't know money, they don't know how to differentiate between coins, values, the values of coins, and they don't know that it's cold in the month of January and that it's hot in July. Some are missing basic phonics rules that would enable them to read. And filling out a worksheet independently is nearly impossible. Yet with much teamwork and collaboration between the teachers, ICR teachers, the Hebrew teachers, the supervisors, educational directors, if I call specifically Mr. Schlesinger, and all the supervisors who know these students well, have a working relationship with these students and these parents, we implement a curriculum that maximizes each student's potential. We show the students that they have abilities that they never knew about. And the program proves itself successful year after year because of the dedication and the collaboration. All the weekly conference calls that we discuss each and every student, all the members, everybody involved, are for one goal, to reach and guide each student to succeed on his level. I myself am a teacher, the fifth grade McCarthy class, and it's my 7th year, and I've been doing McCarthy for 6 years. 7th year as an ICRP. At the end of the year, these same students that I spoke about take a 10-page math final on everything they learned the whole year. Never in all my history did anybody get less than 90% on 100 problems. They take a spelling final and a few hundred words. They do a research report and animal fair independently in school, which they present in front of students, teachers, parents, supervisors, and principals who all watch with tears in their eyes. Take Labe, who came to 5th grade with major phonics deficiencies, and now needs his mother to turn off the light at night so he could go to sleep and take away the book. Take Shmuel, who didn't know his multiplication tables, which is supposed to be learned in 3rd grade. He came to 5th grade. And once he learned them, he voluntarily took home a 50-page booklet and finished it all that night because he was so proud that he knew it. And Ari was mainstream, was given math assessment along with the rest of his grade. They weren't sure they wanted him. He took a math assessment with the rest of the grade and he scored the highest of all the other boys there. Or my anxious, shy, quiet Asperger student who cannot speak unless called upon, got up at the animal fair and presented his report to the entire audience to his parents' utter disbelief.